Spyro the Dragon is a well-known franchise known for its infamous purple dragon. In this video, I'm gonna get all the achievements in the 3 Spyro games. Those games are Spyro the Dragon, Spyro Ripto's Rage, and Spyro Year of the Dragon. There's a total of 105 achievements I will get to become the Dragon Master. So let's start with the first game, Spyro the Dragon. The first game starts with an interview about the dragon's banishment of the villain, Nasty Nork, where these dragons chose the living hell out of this man for being so ugly. Gnasty then crystallizes them all except for Spyro. As every villain, he underestimates his opponent. To defeat Gnasty, I have to save every dragon and get all the eggs, which is challenging. The first game's achievement list is pretty random. For example, the first couple of achievements I got were for lighting some campfires, finishing the first world and flying over to the second world, defeating some random minions on skis, opening some random chest and collecting all the gems in Blowhard. No other level, just Blowhard. Game developers, I'm on to you. These achievements for the first game make no sense. However, my plan for this game was to beat a world and then go back and 100% each level. This helped a lot as after beating the game, I didn't have to backtrack a whole lot. Before going after some bosses, I was 100%ing some levels when I stumbled upon some miscellaneous achievements. The first one was for crafting some C4 and blowing up chests for loot, then running faster than a flash, and I jumped on every tree top ramp, which is the worst level in the game, but a fun concept. I then freed a free-range chicken from being eaten by a Nork, but when I got the trophy, I ate the chicken myself. And you might think getting my first dragon egg will get me the full trophy, but no. Gliding to the area to get the egg gets me the trophy. Like why? It makes no sense. However, now with those out the way, I went for the first boss, Toasty, and the trophy, I had to defeat this boss without being hit. Now defeating a sheep on stilts without being hit is freaking easy, so first try on this boss, which gives me the trophy. It makes me feel good after what Dark Souls did to my humanity. Next up, I then defeated 3 dumbasses in a row, defeated 3 demon dogs, and charged through 4 dodo dumbass birds, all for a total of 8 trophies. My next step is to defeat Nasty Nork. And instead of blasting him with fire, I had to chase more annoying egg thieves carrying keys that allow me to then chase Gnasty. When I run him down, he starts up again, this time running through a lava trap, where at the end I can blast him away. And I expected to get some sort of trophy for killing the main boss, but instead I get nothing, which at this point I'm not even surprised. But I get a funny end cutscene, and when it's over I get transported to Gnasty's world, where I would have to get 100% in the game to unlock this loot, which I would have to complete for a trophy. But with the game completed and most levels 100%ed, I went after some miscellaneous trophies. Hop, skip, and jump is for finding the hidden flight level in the first world. Arachnophobe has me killing all metal bat spiders, like in real life. I then had to collect all the gems in Metalhead, another random level. I then had to defeat 4 nightmares in a row, complete Icy Flight and Wild Flight without touching the ground, and again, no other flight level, just these 2. I then used my super nose to sniff out one specific thief in Wizard's Peak, and then I headbutted a vulture, scrambling my brains. Just after completing all this, I unlocked Nasty's loot, so now I rob the rich and keep the money. Ain't no Robin Hood. All this cool dragon business gets me 10 total achievements. With everything now unlocked, I only have 13 more achievements to get in Spyro, all of which are miscellaneous. For example, I have to eat 10 sheep, which I then put on a kebab. I exterminated the local vultures, and I charged through 4 armored druids, which were magical. I then committed arson and burned down the fairy guides, as well as doing a loop around an ark. I then launched a cannon at point blank range into a Nork's ass, did a second round of arson, burning down a family of 4 fairies, burned 3 fireworks in 15 seconds, smoked a lot of shrooms, making me a beast, find 6 hidden gears in Twilight Harbor. I then let a colony of rats live in Gnasty's Cove, which is rat-tastic. I then scrapped the entire Tin Can Army's knights, and because Gnasty skips leg day, I made him run 5 laps around his course, which dragoned on and on. That finished off Spyro 1, so now I can move on to the next game, Spyro 2, Ripto's Rage. Spyro 2 opens up with Spyro wanting a vacation for defeating Nasty Norkus. However, when he gets going, this Professor Proton guy decides to take Spyro away from his dimension and use him to defeat Ripto, the Short King. Ripto isn't pleased with a dragon entering his kingdom, so he tries to kill us, but his plans are foiled. How surprising. I then load outside his kingdom, and instead of saving dragons, I have to collect orbs. The first achievement I got was for finishing Hunter's quest, which is this cheetah guy. Just like in the first game, there are levels, and as I progress, I'm going to complete as many levels as I can. When visiting this monk palace, there's a trophy for headbutting a goat, which was pretty bad. I then turned into a Dalek and exterminated all the life forces I found, making me an exterminator. I then got to fight Crush, the first minion of Ripto's army. Crush made it easy to understand the attacks he was doing, so I was able to defeat him without eating any fodder, getting me the Conservationist 1 trophy. I'd later have to do this with Gulp, the second minion, but that's a little bit later on. Exploring a ruined dungeon like I'm some sort of Dragon Jones, I get to use a TNT launcher to progress, but I used it to explode a chicken, which was an achievement. And you know what they say, the best tea is TNT. Seriously, it's the bomb. Anyway, as Dragon Jones, I use a minecart to collect parts, and this cart sucks. There's a trophy for doing it, so I was determined to complete it. And with my diamond minecart, I could complete it and get the trophy. Now I get to fight Gulp, and his auto-aiming gun is annoying, as it doesn't shoot where you are, it shoots where you're going to be. Not to mention his random disappearances when I was winning, and the stupid pterodactyls leaving the weapons in the complete opposite end of the arena, as well as the wonky camera controls. I mean, the only thing I can look at was Gulp and his stupid ugly face. All this combined made for a Dark Souls level boss fight. But don't worry, I'll get my revenge later on. I finally get a good run and Gulp gets terminated from life, leaving Ripto minionless. Sadly, I wasn't able to avoid eating sheep, so I didn't get that achievement. With Ripto's minions defeated, he takes hiding in his castle, so I have to collect the remainder of the orbs to be able to fight him. But before then, I went after some trophies. Bad Sushi had me feed this totem head fish without feeding him red ones. And I agree, I wouldn't want to eat red fish too. With the flame power-up, I could destroy robot sharks, making them vanish in thin air. Then when liberating a desert, I had to avoid Bob, which I have to say is an amazing villain name. Avoiding Bob's predictable attacks, I could receive the flags and duck away from my responsibilities. I then found Hunter in a cave and he challenged me to grab some popcorn crystals. As a natural thief, I snatched the popcorn kernels out of his hands so the cheetah became the cheat head. But before the boss fight, I avoided water like it was acid, which apparently was a shady thing to do. But with all that stuff out of the way, I get to defeat Ripto once and for all. Ripto is a wuss, mainly because I'm a dragon and he's a tiny ogre. Ripto's only attack is shooting a fireball, and I've got a lot of experience avoiding balls. To damage Ripto, I have to collect 3 orbs. Unlike pterodactyls, Hunter throws them in the most annoying places. There are only 3 attacks you can do with the orbs, and you get a trophy for using all 3. In Ripto's second phase, he gets a gulp-like creature that again has the auto-aiming gun. Defeating this phase was easy, and I believe an unconscious monkey could beat it. However, the third phase, yes, you heard me right, the third phase. This one you get to fly around and blast Ripto with the fire breath. The bad thing about it is if you die, you have to start from the very beginning. In the old games, that's fine, but in the remaster, they should have realized that's a terrible idea. Luckily, that didn't happen to me, so all is good. And after a while, Ripto goes down and burns in lava, which makes him toast. With Ripto defeated, I now move on to fully 100%ing the game, and getting all miscellaneous trophies as well. Now I move on to Miscellaneous Achievement Frenzy. There are 17 more achievements I have left in Spyro 2, so I'll just list them all. Up first, in Autumn Plains, there's a hidden orb that you can collect by gliding from the castle roof, which is a long glide. Then I used my smart noggin to smash open all the rocks in Winter Tundra. I then saved endangered turtles from becoming soup, caused severe highway traffic by crashing 5 separate cars. With this, I 100%ed the game and I get to unlock the Permaflame, which allows me to kill anything no matter the armor. Using this power, I can easily dispose of Gulp, getting the Conservationist 2 trophy. I heated up my sushi in the Sea Kingdom. I then took care of an ox using the Permaflame strat. I exterminated all the robot wasps, monkeys, and earth shapers in their respected levels. I got through Skeleton Badlands without touching lava. I lit up all 6 gem lamps in the first level with only 1 flying power-up. In the flight level, I killed the snowmobile people and left the hang gliders hanging around. In another flight level, Metro Speedway, I killed all the pigeons first. And second to last, I got rid of all the booger spiders without touching the ground. I then became vegan and completed Cloud Temples without eating lamb. This awards me the 17 achievements I need. This is the last of Spyro 2, so now I only have one game left. Spyro Year of the Dragon. Let's do this. Spyro Year of the Dragon has this bunny bandit steal all the dragon eggs in our homeland before stepping on Hunter's tail, waking up everyone. So she sneaks out of there. Hunter and I are tasked with finding all the eggs and defeating the crocodile Dundee, who is the villain of the game. In Sunny Villa, I was saving eggs from Rhinox, and when I killed all of them, as they are weak and I'm a dragon, I would get an achievement. In the hub world, everyone's favorite character is back. Moneybags. And his scheme now is to get gems by kidnapping innocent civilians and forcing you to pay to release them. Which I have to say, amazing hustle. Totally won't get you on the FBI hit list. Anyway, busting free the Australian kangaroo gets me a trophy. In Shelly's special level, I could stomp on every metal crate, opening them, which results in an achievement. In the Molten Crater level, I found the key to unlock the hidden treasure chest, which was a key move by me. In the flight levels, a cool feature they added is racing, and when you go through 4-star speed boost panels, I get the power of the star. Finishing off the first world, I get to launch the transporter, which takes me to the second world, but somehow the navigation system fails and I'm now in a boss fight with Buzz the Bastard. Sheila helps in this fight by dunking the Buzzy Bee in some nice hot lava. I've noticed a theme in these boss fights when it comes to lava and arenas, and dunking the bad guys in said lava. After a while of dunking on Buzz, he gets unconscious and I get him to buzz off. In the second world, I discovered Moneybags has kidnapped another innocent civilian, who is actually a military soldier, and Moneybags gets a tactical nuke to the face. I then saved the Titanic and destroyed 6 icebergs blocking the way forward. One more new feature of this game is the hidden portals that take you to the hidden sections to do tasks, but some of them take you to mini-bosses. This one is a sleeping rhino whom I need to slip some pills to make him go back to sleep. In the hidden bamboo village, I teach the pandas how to do kung fu so they know how to actually make a good sequel, but the real reason I'm here is to follow a mysterious chest back to the beginning of the level. As Sergeant Bayard, I dropped my tactical nukes on the treasure chest, so bombing is cool now. I then finished the second world and used the transporter to fly away, but because Google Maps hasn't been invented yet, I lost the way and had to fight yet another minion. Spike isn't much of a fight, however the real boss is Sergeant Bayard. He drops my weapons on the other side of the fricking arena. Why are you making this hard? Just give me the fireballs. As when I punt them, Spike just smashes me. After some choice words aimed toward Bayard, I defeat Spike with the Spike Ball and get the achievement No Dragon for Lunch Today. The third world has a returning theme of Moneybags kidnapping a Yeti and me forced to pay for his freedom, as having slaves is not cool. Wait, if I bought his freedom, doesn't that mean we should kick Moneybags' butt? He reads my mind and goes forth with my commands. I then killed another giant, but I didn't get to record it, sorry. Since the third world doesn't have a lot going on, I get to leave and travel in a rocket ship, but because I'm a dragon, I crash land in Scorched Pit. Scorch is an interesting boss, as it has me turn into the average American quiet kid, and I ask what comes after A. The answer is K-47. Blasting 3 rounds into Scorch's chest, he summons crabs that I turn into my fine dining dinner. I then go commando and finish the rest of the house bar, forcing Scorch to take a bath and washing off that tremendous stench. I make it to the final world where I free Agent 9, the autistic raccoon. And in his level, I get to shoot anything I want, and shooting all the balloons is what's poppin'. I then killed all the crystal meth bears, as well as hunting down the butterflies in the desert, which is only half a beach. Now with no more minions in my way, I get to kill the crocodile herself. What's her name? The insane asylum escapee? For this fight, you wait until all the weapons appear. There's a lot of waiting in these boss fights, in my opinion. Anyway, I get the last hit in, and again, a very common choice these days. She falls into lava and melts to death. I get the trophy, Sorcerer down, and an ending cutscene where the Bunny Bandit and Hunter get married, and Spyro and Allura becomes friends with benefits. Now with the game finished, this is the only one in the trilogy where you don't actually have to 100% the game, so the only thing left is miscellaneous trophies. Here is a list of all the remaining achievements left in the Spyro Reignited trilogy. Totem Destruction, destroy all the totem poles as the Yeti. Rocket Racer, fire 5 missiles in a race, which is the bomb. Head in the cloud, glide for 5 seconds and land safely. As Sparks, I had to defeat a lobster, a spider, a stingray, and a metapod in its 4 levels respectively. Real star power, fly through 12 star boosts in one race, giving me the power of the sun in the palm of my hand. Destroying more balloons and getting a back shot as Agent 9. Find Hunter at the harbor. Torment the vultures by firing cannons at them, freezing 12 enemies to death, disrespecting the Egyptians and breaking the sarcophagus. I then killed the remaining 2 hidden mini-bosses, which is the Rhino and a Shark sub, which is easy, but the real boss was the camera, and the twin dragon heads, which was also easy but took a while as they regenerate health at an insane pace. The last achievement I got was for finally getting my revenge on Moneybags. I ran his pockets dry, made him burn off as many calories as I had spent in gems, but it was all worth it in the end. I hope you all liked this Platinum video. It was a bit longer than I usually make them, as there was 3 really good games to talk about. But as a quick ranking, I would say Spyro 2 is my favorite, Spyro 1 is second place, and Spyro 3 is last. Anyway, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe as well, because I'm torturing myself, as when I hit 500 subs, I will Platinum Dark Souls 2. Speaking of which, make sure to watch my Dark Souls 1 Platinum video, which I'll leave on screen now.